Former Apple CEO Steve Jobs famously said,
"How are we going to communicate this? We don't want to carry around a mouse, right? So what are we going to do? Oh, a stylus, right? We're going to use a stylus." No. No. Who wants a stylus? You have to get them and put them away and you lose them. Yuck. Nobody wants a stylus.
And since then, Apple has released its first stylus, the Apple Pencil, in 2015 together with the iPad Pro, and people have been loving it. From casual user to professional artists, the praise is super low latency and clean design. And this is a second generation Apple Pencil 2. Apple has vastly improved its design from its predecessor. From its outer look, it's more a matte texture compared to the first generation glossy surface, and a shorter design, which in my opinion is much more ergonomic and comfortable to use. This Apple Pencil 2 is every shape or form the true successor. One of the best design features of this Apple Pencil 2 is its flat surface, and with it, it enables the pencil to magnetically attach to the side of the iPad securely. The magnet attaching both the pencil and the iPad is quite strong, and you will definitely feel the strong magnet every time you dock the pencil. One of the worst parts of the original Apple Pencil is that you don't have the place to store it, and if you don't use a case with a pocket for the pencil, you will either lose it or you will rarely use the pencil. So, with the pencil always on the top, if you use it in the landscape mode, it will always be visible and ready to use. This redesign provides my thumb a better resting point when I'm holding the pencil, like this. I'm not sure if your method of holding the pencil is same as mine, but with my grip, double tapping the pencil to switch between pencil and eraser is much more natural. One extra tidbit: if you hold the pencil with your thumb on the flat surface, your engraving will be always visible to you, just like this. Enough for the exterior of the Apple Pencil. The latency for any digital pencil is important, and will affect the writing experience of the user. But this Apple Pencil 2 has a super low 9 millisecond latency. It is much lower than its competitor. For example, the Surface Pro 7 has a 21 millisecond latency, which is pretty good on itself. But the Apple Pencil 2 is just better. And all of this translates into a more superior user experience, and you will not notice the ink lagging behind your movement, just like writing on the paper. By using the built-in Notes app, you can see that the writing experience is pretty good and no lag whatsoever. But one thing to note, the writing experience varies from apps to apps. Even though the physical spec of this pencil did not change, but the writing experience in Notability is just a bit different compared to the Notes app. And since we go for Procreate, by using this pencil to draw whatever I want in Procreate, it's quite a joy to use. But this is not all shine and colourful we are using this pencil. There are a few downsides that I find while using this pencil for the past few weeks. One of the most noticeable downsides will be its limited system control when compared to our fingers. The Apple Pencil is unable to initiate gesture such as close app, multitasking view, and even control center. I will have to switch between my fingers and pencil in order to close apps or pull down the control center. It will be a second nature after a few days of using it, but an option for us to control the whole iPad using the Apple Pencil only would be great. And I hope iPadOS 14 will enable the option for all of us. One other concern most people have with the Apple Pencil is whether to put on a glass or a matte screen protector. Both have their own pros and cons. I chose a glass screen protector for my iPad, mainly to retain the clarity of the screen. And there is no difference in clarity whatsoever with or without the glass screen protector. But I can't say the same for the matte option. There are multiple matte screen protector brands in the market that claim their screen protector will get you a paper-like feel when writing on it. But all of them have one thing in common, and there's a graininess look on your iPad screen. After applying on your iPad, your screen will definitely lose some clarity on it, and this will affect your viewing experience. As I don't draw much on my iPad, and I don't find that paper-like writing experience is worth over screen clarity. Writing on the screen feels strange at first, but you'll get used to it. After some days of practice, your handwriting on the iPad will get better over time. And one thing to note, if you're using a matte screen protector, you will have to replace the nib more often than the glass screen protector, due to the matte screen protector is much more rougher than the glass, hence the paper-like feel. And finally, the battery. The Apple Pencil 2 can hold up to 12 hours in a single charge. But since it's attached magnetically at the side of the iPad, you will almost never run out of battery, unless you are using it for long hour editing or drawing. But with 15 seconds of charging through the side of the iPad, will get you back half an hour of usage. This method of charging is way better than the Apple Pencil 1. You know the story. But leaving the Apple Pencil attached to the iPad overnight, will it drain the iPad battery? Theoretically, yes. But after some testing, a fully charged iPad, after 9 hours of standby with Apple Pencil attaching it, it drained the iPad 0% of battery, and worst case scenario, 1%. So it's okay to attach the pencil to the iPad overnight. This is an expensive piece of accessory for the iPad Pro, and the value of it depends on your use case. If you use your iPad Pro only as a media consumption device, this pencil won't benefit you much. But if you're using your iPad Pro for photo and video editing, or even drawing, I believe the Apple Pencil will definitely enhance your experience using the iPad Pro. Going back to Steve Jobs' statement, who would want a stylus? I agree on his statement. I wouldn't want a stylus on my iPhone, but for my iPad, it's a definite yes. And that's it. That's a review of this Apple Pencil 2. And thanks for watching. Ciao!